Other day, the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't married to y'all. She married to me. If you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobbie, you got the wrong church. I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself.
First off, let me just say, I don't think Mystical was the best person to quote to drive your point home, okay? You a man of the cloth, and you already treading a fine line trying to quote a secular rap song. Never mind the fact that it's Mystical. No issue with Mystical. Mystical was the man, but you know, he done did some things. Apparently, done got his ass locked up. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this dress. Now, when I was coming up, when I was growing up in church, this dress would have definitely been looked at as wildly inappropriate. I can acknowledge that times have changed now. Even if you go back to 100 years ago, 200 years ago, where the women were way more modest and way more, they dressed less revealing. And I mean, it was a point in time when if a woman showed anything above the kneecap, she was considered to be for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Before there was even pavement, before pavement and asphalt was even invented, you know what I'm saying? She was for the dirt roads. So times are different now. Times have changed, and I can acknowledge that. But my personal opinion, I do think that dress is a bit much, just because flesh colored, whatever you want to say, it gives off the illusion that she is not wearing anything underneath of it. Now, if Pastor Jamal Bryant purchased the dress and he doesn't have a problem with his wife stepping out in public dressed like that, then I don't have a problem with his wife dressed like that stepping out in public. Okay? If he like it, I love it. If he love it, I'm cool with it. But you have to be cognizant enough to know the message that it puts out and the way that it looks, the optics of it. You have to know that it's a very risque sort of thing, especially you being a man of the cloth. If this was anybody else's wife, like, she would probably be getting praised for the dress. I've seen a bunch of other women wear this same dress when I was looking up this video. It's been a bunch of other women that wore this dress, okay? And they didn't go viral for it. The design of the dress is not a bad looking dress. It's a nice dress, but it gives off the illusion that you ain't got no clothes up on underneath of there. And that is the issue that people have. It ain't got nothing to do with her shape. Ain't got nothing to do with her cleavage and none of that. If she was 105 pounds and still had that dress on, it would still be an issue. So the shape is not nothing about it. It's the illusion that it gives off. Now, there's a lot of different opinions about it. Some people is like, that's too much, that's too revealing. No pastor's wife should be, you know, dressed like that or exposing herself like that. Well, other people are saying, well, it's her body, her choice. And if he bought the dress and he wants to step out with her looking like that, then that's fine. I want you guys to let me know what y'all think in the comment section. But again, I think the fact that he is a pastor and even a bit of his history, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he cheated on his previous wife. I don't know if he did that while he was a pastor or not. But a lot of that kind of plays into it as well. Some of his history kind of plays into this. I understand that this a new day and age and things are progressive, but Yeah, I don't. If I was married, me personally, whether I'm a pastor or not, if I was married, I don't think I would want my wife dressing like that. I wouldn't want my wife to wear something that appears as if she is bucket naked up underneath the dress. That's just me personally. Now, we just heard Pastor Jamal Bryant's defending his wife's dress because it went viral and went crazy on the internet. Let's hear another pastor's perspective on why the dress was an issue. And I want you guys, again, to let me know what you think in the comment section.
A preacher presented his wife the other day, and I guess you call that a flesh-colored dress. I don't know. It's black dress and flesh color. It gives the illusion that she's not wearing anything underneath. And I heard the preacher, when he defended her dress, by saying, first of all, he bought the dress. And then he said, I want to address people who don't know anything, who haven't been anywhere, who don't know nothing. So I guess our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public looking like a $2 whore. Two. At least two. Now, I didn't say she was. I'm not talking about her. My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife. And he said he bought the dress. Those are his words, not mine. There is nothing classy about that. There's nothing modest about that. He said we haven't been anywhere. What I would like to know is where have you been? Where did he go? So I'll make sure that I never go there, because I don't want to go anywhere and I come back with that kind of a notion. Now I will say this, and this is a comment about my wife, not his wife. This is a comment about my wife. My wife wouldn't have done it, no matter what I said. She just would have said, honey, I'll wear this for you. I'll wear this for you at home when we know the grandkids aren't coming. Because there is such a thing as decency. Decency. Y'all don't like me. But in public, at an event where everyone will see, I don't know of a greater way for a man to demean his wife. And if he doesn't think that that is demeaning her, there is something wrong with him. But then again, we're also talking about the guy who looked at Cam Newton's legs and told Cam he had pretty legs. Yeah, see, so.
You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.